When the smoke clears, the team with the most points is your winner. We begin this morning on Compound Sunday with the women's team bronze medal match. It'll be number 1 against number 2, Mexico taking on the United States of America. Mexico first out of the tunnel onto the field here in Medellin, Colombia. Mexico with a good week. They finished 13 up on Puerto Rico in the quarterfinals and then lost to Colombia in the semifinals. So here they are in the women's bronze medal match. And by the way, this season, going all the way back to Shanghai, it was Russia defeating Colombia in Shanghai at stage 1. Russia also won stage 2 on the beach in Antalya, and the United States captured the bronze in Poland just a month ago. All right, let's meet the trio from Mexico. And that's a good look at Linda Ochoa, who's teamed up with Stephanie Sarai Salinas on your left, and in the middle is Ana Christina Juarez. So it's an interesting team. Salinas, the youngest at 21 years of age. Juarez is 23, and of course the veteran is Linda Ochoa.
Linda's been in the game for so many years and also on a really high level. So I think she was the first one to be qualified for the World Cup in Mexico even before this stage, and she's got great this week as well.
So she will anchor that team for Mexico, which will take on the team from the United States, which came out of the qualification round as the top seed. The United States beating Italy by 9 in the semifinals after getting a bye in the quarterfinals. Now let's meet the 3 young archers from the United States. Pretty much a whole new lineup, except for Lexi Keller. We've seen Lexi so far this season. Lexi, 19 years of age. She's teamed up with Paige Pearce in the middle, and on the right, Danielle Reynolds. And there is Rio Wild, who is waiting for his match coming up in just a little bit. He's all warmed up and ready to go, and so are these 6 ladies out here. Should be a good match between these 2 nations. The United States with a very young squad. Paige Pearce, 20 years of age. Danielle Reynolds, 19. Lexi Keller, also 19.
Yeah, they're still fairly new in the World Cup circuit. Lexi we have seen before, Paige, and Reynolds we haven't seen so much of. They shoot a lot of in the States of the 3D tournaments and field shoots. Always nice to see them here on the World Archery stage.
First arrow is always a feeling out arrow, isn't it?
It's definitely, because you have a different feel from the practice field. It's maybe a different location and different wind, different sun angle, and so now first arrows on the team is always, which way do the sight go?
Let's see what Lexi Keller can do, and if she can make that adjustment from the practice field, the warm-up field, then I'd say she did just well. Just fine. Lexi, who was on that team in Poland last month that won a bronze medal as the United States defeated Ukraine. Now Danielle Reynolds from Gilbert, Arizona, also in the 10 ring. So the Americans off to a quick start as Paige Pearce toes the line.
Taking her time. Looks like it's just a little bit of wind in the hair.
9 and 7.
It's a good start still.
So 2 10s and a 9. Paige Pearce holding a little bit longer, and now here's Linda Ochoa, the veteran for Mexico, to lead off.
Just out.
Almost caught that line. If it does touch the line, if it had it in that situation, it would have counted for 10. Now Ana Christina Juarez inside the line. Stephanie Sarai Salinas bursting on the scene this summer. Bronze medals at stage 1 in Shanghai and stage 2 in Antalya.
9.
Okay, you guys are good on time. Right target.
So solid shooting by Mexico, and yet the Americans with a 2-point advantage here in the first end. But it's early in the match. Lexi Keller back up for her second shot of the first end.
9.
9 is at 9 o'clock.
Can't duplicate what she did on the first shot.
See Crystal Galen, the fourth team member being coach here, she actually missed out by the team for 3 points, I think, and she even had a miss in the qualification. So it's a good team they have there to follow up on that. She was so unlucky that the one on the same shooting line or hitting her scope, so she made her misfire, just missed the target by 4 mil.
Nice.
So the Americans finish off this first end with a 10 from Paige Pearce, whom we shall see later on today in the medal matches, individual medal matches. Linda Ochoa, 28 years old, ranked 4th in the world, averaging right around 9.5 points per arrow.
Good group there.
Now Juarez, who actually defeated Linda Ochoa this week to reach the bronze medal match later on this afternoon. Teaming up with her now and helping out. Salinas, also averaging 9.5 points per arrow, coming through in the clutch.
Putting on pressure.
Mexico and the United States getting off to good starts in our first match of the day on a warm Sunday morning here in Medellin, Colombia. There's Crystal Galvin right in the middle of that group. Crystal, by the way, going to the World Cup finals in Mexico City. She's one of the 7. There's one spot still left open. We know that Sarah Lopez, Natalia Avdieva, Linda Ochoa, Stephanie Sarai Salinas, Andrea Marcos of Spain, and Crystal Galvin of the United States. Those are 6 of the 7 that can qualify. And coming down to the wire, it's between Alejandra Usquiano of Colombia, Maria Vinogradova of Russia, and Yashim Bostan of Turkey for that 7th spot. Of course, you'll be there.
I'm also lucky to get a spot.
Congratulations. I wouldn't say lucky.
Thank you. So, yeah.
It's a combination of luck. Well, luck is the combination of what? Hard work, perseverance, and
the harder you work, the luckier you'll
you get. Yeah. So we're tied at 57. And again, it's cumulative scoring in compound competition. It was set play yesterday on recurve Saturday. And as Martin Damsbo just informed you, if you're joining us just a little bit late, we flip-flopped the format here in Medellin to accommodate the recurve archers who are all on flights today over to Rio for the Olympic test event, which begins on Monday.
No, they just screwed up the scoreboard.
So it is Compound Sunday here in Colombia. Good look at Crystal Galvin in the coach's box for the United States, a remarkable woman who left her job as a senior analyst at a financial firm to go full-time in archery.
It's a big step to go, but she has brought it good. She has done a really good job with her shooting. She's always up there where it counts.
Obviously doing what she loves. And the same goes for Lexi Keller, who won a team silver medal in Shanghai and a team bronze medal in Poland last month, and gets the United States off on the right foot here in the second end.
Just inside the line, yeah.
Danielle Reynolds looking for her first World Cup medal.
Moving 9.
Just a little bit to the
9
left
o'clock,
again.
directly in perfect height, though. Just stay.
Paige can get it in.
Shot. Don't worry about your timing is fine. So.
Paige Pearce with plenty of time, takes her time,
9 at 11.
and finds that 9 ring.
So see, you guys have 7. You're 7 seconds.
So a
below,
10 and
so
2 nines.
more time, take it.
Bit of an opportunity here from Mexico. We'll see if they can cash in. As Linda Ochoa, the silver medalist at stage 1 in Shanghai, also the bronze medalist at stage 3 in Poland this summer.
She finds the spot.
Sweet
Nice
spot.
X.
Sets the bar for Ana Cristina Juarez, who started shooting in 2004. She comes through with a 10. So Stephanie Sarai Salinas now to shoot. She has said that the World Cup finals being held in Mexico City has really inspired this entire Mexican team, and they've pushed themselves harder. Now, she held a long time too, Martin.
You could see there was a little bit of wobble in her aim before it went off, but sideways it was really good, just a little bit, a touch high.
Just waiting for the wind?
Yeah, it could be. It's not much wind here. There's just enough to make some head games with you. So just you feel a little bit of breeze on the body, and your mind suddenly starts, oh, I have to watch out for the wind, but that's actually not enough to push you around, at least not yet. This field looks like it's going to be fairly covered, so it should be some really nice shooting.
Lexi Keller coming through with another 10.
9.
7 o'clock. You're still left. So.
A little bit of left on that shot by Danielle Reynolds.
Could hear
finished ninth at the Arizona Cup.
Can hear Crystal give them a little bit, tell them to set the side a little bit left.
Nine.
Right third. You're right down the third to 7. You guys are grouping together.
You can hear Crystal Govan talking about the grouping. Of course, they'd rather be grouping in the 10 ring.
Oh, definitely.
And now Linda Ochoa.
See if she can follow up her ex from the first shot.
61 wins in her career.
Not an X, but also 10. Counts the same. Really good shooting.
Bottom line, that's a 10. Now Juarez, who tacks on another 10. So a 10 for the bronze medalist at this year's Arizona Cup. And back to Stephanie Sarai Salinas.
Time starting counting down.
That was 6 seconds to go. She lets it go. And Mexico moves ahead in this match. Just more solid, more consistent shooting by the Mexican archers.
Really nice shooting. Really nice shooting.
Mexico seated second.
Make good shots.
And there's the score for the United States, 113 points. After putting up 57 in the first end.
No, it's going to have, it's a reality.
Talking it over with Crystal Govan, who is headed for the World Cup finals in Mexico City next month, which we'll have for you on Archery TV. Juan Rene Serrano in the coach's box for Mexico, which now has a 4-point lead. Is that Juan Rene?
No, it's Julio.
Julio Fierro.
Yeah.
My apologies, Julio Fierro.
I think Rene might be on the plane to Rio now.
So a 4-point lead, not insurmountable. However, pretty good cushion for Mexico right now.
It's starting to be comfortable, but again, everything can happen out there.
They finally brought it back.
Linda Ochoa finally getting to see her husband, Steve Anderson, from the United States this morning during the warm-up session over on the practice field. Mexico, of course, the nation that Linda Ochoa shoots for and represents. But she's married to Steve Anderson of the United States, and both have to stay with their respective teams when they're on the road. So they finally got a little bit of a reunion over on the practice field. Of course, they met here in Colombia and were married last winter. Lexi Keller just keeps on putting them in the 10 ring. Danielle Reynolds, who won a pair of medals in Yankton this summer at the 2015 World Youth Championships, posts another 10.
See if Paige can follow up on that so they can put on some pressure for Mexico.
Yep, right in there. 3 in a row. So the USA trying to get something started and cut into that 4-point lead from Mexico. You see the reflection from those glasses of the field. Linda Ochoa looks 50 meters downrange and finds the 10 ring again.
Really solid shooting from Linda.
Mid-9.
Mid-9.
Okay, there's one right there.
That was 1 point up for USA. They still have some gap.
So it's a 3-point lead at this juncture as Mexico yields a point back to the Americans, surrenders a point.
Just so you know.
A little bit shaky.
Trying to put that point of that arrow
Shot.
right on target. It's just
out.
outside.
Go, Lexi.
So 2 points given back now.
Yeah.
And that 4-point lead's been cut in half.
Right target.
USA need to keep on the pressure.
Just off it.
Still a little bit left.
One of the few occasions Lexi Keller has not been inside that center circle.
Nice.
Danielle Reynolds right back in there, though. The 18-year-old from Gilbert, Arizona, ranked 151st in the world as Mel Nichols looks on with Rio
No,
Wild.
it's a little less than high.
Probably scoping out the field so they know how to approach their team match and the individual match later.
Nice. That's at 3.
Beautifully done by the United States. Paige Pearce with another 10. Paige from Red Bluff, California, Northern California. Now it's in the hands of Ochoa, Salinas, and Juarez.
She wasn't happy about that one. Gave a swing right when it broke.
So that's 3 straight 9s by Mexico, which had a 4-point advantage midway through this match. And another 9. It's become contagious.
See if we can get that closed up.
Salinas.
It's a 10 in there to keep up there.
And Salinas cannot strike gold.
So we're back at square one.
A run of 9s for Mexico in that third end. They started off with a 10, but then 5 straight 9s. Now, one of those 9s does have a star by it, so we may have to wait for a moment and find out what the judge's decision is. But on paper, right now, it appears as though we're right back where Martin said we were, at square one, tied at 172.
I should have wore that out.
It's
Combination of the United States upping their game and the Mexicans just dropping off a little bit.
Yeah. Again, when you're out on the field like that, it takes such a hair of something going wrong, and then suddenly you're outside the 10. So it can come and go.
I was going to say it can come and go in a hurry, can't it?
It definitely can.
Well, it came for the Americans and it went for the Mexicans in that third end.
So now the question is who can
Pull it together now.
Exactly.
Oh, the mind games.
Be relaxed. Strong shot just like last
Can Mexico keep it up, get back in the game, and can USA stay in the game where they were? Now they finally got their sided in and got some really good rhythm in it, so just have to stay on top on that.
Braden Gellantine texting the results so far on a shot-by-shot basis. Julio Fierro. With just a few words of advice. I guess there's not really much you can say at this point.
No, only thing the coach's most perfect job is to keep the shooters calm and make them think about their shooting, not so much about the scoring. Just let them be in their own game. It's mostly just as hard for him to stand there in the booth and see that 4-point lead just shrink downs, and suddenly it's got really tight and exciting match.
So the momentum residing with the American team after that third end. The Mexicans had it in the second end. Now we head down the stretch as Lexi Keller, who lives on a family farm in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, comes through with another 10.
She's been shooting really good today. I think it's the first time we see her shoot as the first shooter on the team. Normally I think she's the one that closes up, but this time I think it's a really good spot for her.
Danielle drills a 9.
You're fine. It's at 4 o'clock.
Now Paige Pearce, who won a team gold medal in Yankton, South Dakota at this year's World Youth Championships. Team gold medal last year here in Medellin. Yes, indeed.
Okay, so you guys got 8.
It's definitely pressure on Mexico now.
Paige piercing that 10 ring. Linda Ochoa trying to get her team off to a good start here in the fourth and critical end.
She shot a lot of X's. You can see all the holes in the X ring there.
Looks like Swiss cheese. She did her job. Now Ana Cristina Juarez. You can see from the expression when she released.
Wasn't happy about it.
Mm-hmm.
See, there's a little bit of more breeze on the target on the field now.
But a 10 right here would tie up the match again.
Maybe we're gonna end up in a shoot-off here.
And we're tied.
3 more hours to go. It'll be a good morning to start off with a shoot-off, right?
Started off with a shoot-off yesterday in the recurve in the women's bronze medal match.
Let's see where this is gonna go.
Keller coming through.
Really shooting strong here.
Right target.
So it's a little bit shaky there. Keep it strong.
Elbows a little wobbly. And it drops down into the 9 ring.
Hey. Strong shot, Paige. Right target.
Paige Pearce will be competing for an individual medal later today.
It was perfect warm-up and practice for her here also to know the feel for her own match. Good shot.
Just got it. Just did get it.
So now Mexico can close it if they want to.
But they have to be perfect.
They have to be perfect.
It will take pinpoint precision. But the Mexican team fully capable. Linda Ochoa. Been to several World Cup finals using that experience right there. She was 5th in Lausanne last year at the World Cup finals, 6th at the World Cup finals in Edinburgh.
We'll ask the judge.
Just out.
Just outside. So now the pressure's really on Stephanie Sarai Salinas right here. She has to come through with a 10. Otherwise, the bronze belongs to the Americans. She's scored 2 big wins on the World Cup circuit this summer. Can she do it? Looks like she caught the line. It looks like she just barely caught the line, and if so, we're heading for a shoot-off. Wow. So close.
That's always nice to see in the team rounds how it can switch back and forward so fast. So.
Look at that arrow, just barely grazing that line on the 10 ring. In the United States, we'd say by the skin of her teeth. What would they say in Denmark?
You never know.
Actually, I don't know. I think we use most of the American expressions.
American expressions. Yes. That'll work.
Yeah, it would. It's close enough. That's counting. Oh, they even given a star here. I think it's in.
It appears to be in from our vantage point, and if so, we'll go to the 1-arrow shoot-off and explain how that works, Denmark. Martin from Denmark in this situation.
Yeah, we have a shoot-off.
We do have a shoot-off.
Well, each shooter have to put in one arrow, and the one closest to center, highest score wins, and if not, then the one with the closest arrow to the center will win the match. So it's all about first orange, just get into the X count.
So on Saturday morning, recurve Saturday, we started with a shoot-off, which the Americans won. The Americans coming from way back. They were 4 down to start that match. And in fact, it was against Mexico. Mexico had jumped out to a 4-0 lead in the women's team bronze medal match in recurve competition. Americans came back, sent it to a shoot-off, and won it there. Can Mexico get payback today? That's the question. One of the questions. Can the Americans do it again? That's another question.
New day, new team. We'll see.
Instead of left or right, just line up straight.
So fresh target faces being applied as we get set for the shoot-off here in the first match of the day. We'll have a total of 10 matches on the day, 4 in team competition.
All right, time now to show you.
Well, actually 6 in team competition, including the mixed team this afternoon. And then the individual matches after that.
And do we have any supporters for the USA?
So just about set to go. Paige, Pearce, Danielle, Reynolds, and Lexi Keller for the United States. Linda Ochoa, Stephanie Sarai, Salinas, and Ana Cristina Juarez for Mexico. Ana Cristina Juarez, 23 years of age, ranked 29th in the world. Makes her home in Monterrey. Defeated Linda Ochoa, as we mentioned earlier. Defeated her this week to reach the bronze medal match, which we'll have later on Archery TV.
Puts the pressure on. That's good.
Stephanie Sarai Salinas trying to win her 3rd bronze medal of this 2015 outdoor season. And Linda Ochoa trying to add to her medal account. Unofficially 14 World Cup medals in her career. Her best year back in 2010, but having a great one this year. And as Martin has already mentioned, has qualified for the World Cup finals next month in her native land of Mexico. So here we go into the shoot-off. Lexi Keller. All important first shot, 10. Ms. Ochoa, 4th in the world. From Guadalajara.
She wasn't too happy about that.
Could not send it home. Advantage USA.
It was a long shot for her, so now it's also time is counting down for the teammates. Shaky.
Did she even catch the 9 line?
I don't want to judge that from here.
Hard to say.
Match is still open.
That could be a break for Mexico.
Ooh.
That one leaks out into the red rings, and she looks as surprised as anybody here. Paige, Pearce.
10 would close the deal. Depending on what the judge call on the errors ask.
Has she put the final nail in the coffin? Could be. We'll have to wait and see.
Well, this should still be up because they
would still be up,
so
you're right. Even if that is 28 points instead of 29. The most Mexico can score is 27. Even if this is a 10, it's not. The match belongs to the United States and the USA. Much as they did yesterday in recurve competition in the women's team bronze medal match. The USA come from behind again today. Here in compound competition, Lexi Keller, Paige, Pearce, and Danielle Reynolds teaming up to win the women's team bronze medal here in compound competition, coming from behind, winning in the shoot-off, and taking home the first medal of the day. So it started off all even at 57 apiece after the first end. Mexico went up by 4 in the second end, 117 to 113. The Americans took 2 points off of that lead midway through the third end and finally caught Mexico at 172 all at the end of 3 ends. It was tied up at 230 after all 4 ends of regulation play, so that necessitated the shoot-off and the United States just a little bit stronger, and as the result, go home with the bronze medal, winning the shoot-off 29-26.
That's again one of the most amazing parts of being in the team rounds. It's all about the team. How good do we work together? If we are trailing from the start, and to be able to pick it up and just hold it all the way. Really good shooting from the Americans picking it up there.
And Mexico got off to such a good start.
They had an amazing start, and Linda was really strong shooting all the way.